Alright. It's time for Satisfactory. This may be the last Satisfactory stream for a little while. Provided that I accomplish everything I set out to do. Alright. Okay, here we are. There's the hub. Our objective today is to build a nuclear reactor. I have chosen a location for all of this business. Which is over there. Let's see, I think once... Well, anyway, I'm going to start by getting AI limiter production online, because if you look it over here, nuclear electromagnetic control rods require AI limiters and stators. So I think I can, on one of the slices up there, I can start building AI limiters, and then control rods can be built on the same slice. Oh good, the cats are fighting. That's good. So I would kind of like all this business to be happening reasonably close to, actually I can take a minute and go look at where we are here. So off in the distance there we have a conveyor belt line that's going around there, and that will eventually be the uranium ore. So this looks like a good pedal to, or a good slice to have AI limiters and other stuff happening. What's our current K value here? Looks like 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, good, I have some concrete. Let's take this out to K equals 15. I think that'll probably be enough space. So I'm going to need my geometry nodes. Well, K equals 13 and 15 are both depth of 4. I think that's plenty. Okay. almost done with this. All right. Let's do some space calculations. So I want this slice to be manufacturing AI limiters and electromagnetic control rods, which I believe both of those things are made in assemblers. Yep. Yeah, okay. So if we just look at an assembler for a minute. So this will make 2 electromagnetic control rods per minute. And uses 4 AI limiters. And 1 assembler can make 5 AI limiters per minute. Okay. Okie dokie. So, and out of curiosity, how close are we to the nuclear reactor area? Not very close. I'm not concerned about that. So that's K equals 15. If we go down to K equals 13, and just, let's see. So the main issue here is that I don't think I have space for 4 rows of assemblers, but I might have room for 3. So, I've already forgotten. Oh, right, no, okay. Which is a little, I think what I'm going to probably have is 2 rows of assemblers making AI limiters and 1 row making electromagnetic control rods. Okay, so if we do it like that, we'll have something like conveyor merger here. And then an assembler spitting out into here. Let's see, is that too close? No, that's good. Actually, can we get it closer? That's pretty far away. Like that's, yeah, like that. If you're making control rods. Good morning, Mastazah. Since you're here, I'll explain what I did offline. Last time I was working on getting a conveyor belt that runs around the factory that will carry uranium ore, and so the uranium will be mined over here, and then sort of goes this way, and then goes around here. And once it gets to here, it kind of splits off and skirts around the factory up here, and then crosses over like this way, and then around, which you can now see that conveyor belt going around there, and then will eventually drop down to there. This foundation here is where I will do all processing that involves uranium directly. I also built a few conveyor belts from the main factory that are carrying concrete and encased industrial beam, because those components will be necessary for uranium handling. I also made a bunch of iodine-infused filters, which are basically, what that means is that I'll be able to spend a lot of time in the hazmat suit when I'm over there. So hopefully by the end of today I will have a working nuclear reactor. And that will be the basic endpoint of this Satisfactory run, at least for the time being, until more features are pushed. Right now I'm trying to set up some other preliminary stuff for uranium handling. Okay. So let's say we have that, and that's spaced decently. Okay, Mastazaz on remote. Yikes. Well, that's fine. I know you're there. Okay, so let's now say that we have another. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? No, yeah, I definitely want to have it be like this. And then this assembler will be making AI limiters. And then there'll be another row of assemblers doing that. That's no, that's way too close. I mean, that's in the right line, but it's need more space. Like that, yes. Also make AI limiters, and then so there is a lot of space over here. How do I feel about that? I mean, it's a lot of space, but not enough space for another row of assemblers, I don't think. Because, like, this assembler is, it's like 2.5. I guess if I push the whole thing back, I would have enough space for another row of assemblers. But I have a plan. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take down this stuff and squish it over here. So yes, I'm going to repeat basically everything I just did, but that's fine. And now that I'm have sort of refreshed my memory on how to do this, it'll go a little bit faster. That seemed a little close. Let's spread that out a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then do another merger right here. And then do an assembler here. And then do a row of splitters here. So the plan here is that no, I want that over a little bit more. The plan here is that the first row of assemblers here will only be one row. Hold on, this is causing me difficulties. There we go. Yeah. And then if I need to expand this out, I can add another row of assemblers over there at k equals like 17 or so. Because like doing another assembler here at k equals 13 would be a little bit cramped, but over at k equals 15 it would be fine. Okay. That done. That's electromagnetic control rod. This is AI limiter. And this is also AI limiter. And let's just build 4 of these and yeah, I guess that's that. Okay. Actually, let's build 6. I want to make sure I have enough AI limiters because in a putative future, where I need to automate the production of supercomputers, I'm going to need more AI limiters. So, of the things on this slice that I'm going to eventually need more of, I will eventually need more AI limiters. I'm not going to automate supercomputer production today unless I have loads of extra time, but I don't expect that to happen. Okay. And okay, let's just have 3 assemblers here for electromagnetic control rods. Oop, am I out of cables? Okay. That's fine, we can go on a logistics run. While we're doing that, we can also bring the inputs for these things over. So I'm going to need circuit boards and stators and quick wire. Let's see, should I pick up anything else? I have enough concrete, I think, so I think I'm okay there. Rotors is something I don't have a ton of. So if we head back upstairs over here, I can pick up some more rotors. And also, let's see here, where are rotors? Looks like over here. Yes. Oh, that's really slow. Why is this a... Oh. I guess... Oh well, I won't worry about that. Anyway, this is the stator stream. Are these... So that stator is going over to motor production. I'm tempted to, let's see, how fast are these being made? 27 per minute. Okay, fine. Let's see. So what I'm going to do here is run stators down here. And then what? The question is which stacked conveyor tower I want them on. I think probably up on that one is fine. Yeah, okay. Okay, so... Come on. There we go. Can I do that? Is this allowed? Yes. And then go up to a splitter up there, I guess. So, I can hook up these belts. That looks good. Now the question is whether I can... I'm probably going to need an intermediate tower between here and there. Yeah, that's 28. That's fine. We can just put one, like, here. So once everything else is finished, I'll connect this up so that it goes like that. But in the meantime, that will be the last step. Okay. Okay, so that splitter will go... I'm actually going to go from there to that tower and then down there and then around. Is that... Yes. Okay. This will look a little silly, but that's hardly new. Let's see, where am I? Over there, okay. which, I may actually want to have this be run into a splitter, but I'm not going to bother with that for now. So, so then this will run down here. Where do I want this to end up? These things that need stators, right? No, it's these. Okay. Right, so the stator stream has to run into here. That's okay. Alright, well I can take care of that at my leisure now. What I want now is to build more assemblers. Alright. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and start hooking up belts here. Oh, I still have to hook up the, or build these splitters over here. That's fine, I can do that. Okay, and all of these can be Mark 1 conveyors because all these inputs are very slow. Although I will have Mark 5s for between splitters anyway. Okay. And then this will be kind of a similar situation where, yeah, the output can be Mark 1, and then okay, and then over here, so this is sort of interesting because circuit boards are only 10 per minute, but quick wire is 90, so I'm just going to have Mark 3 conveyors for all of these things. Whoops, incorrect. Okay, I think that's all connected up there. And now we just do it over here. Okay, now, Now we're going to want a merger somewhere, probably here. So the easiest way to do this is probably just going to have a pole that's in line with that, like this. And then that can connect up there. And then we will have a splitter there that feeds into a storage container. Okay. And then this storage container I'm going to fill up with garbage because I don't want it to be a we don't need very many AI limiters. That should be enough. Okay. And theoretically, we will eventually have another row of assemblers there, so I'm going to actually do the same thing here, even if this merger won't do anything for now. This is mostly for symmetry. I'm going to do the same thing here where I fill this up with stuff. Okay. All right, now we need to run the inputs for these various things. Okay, so the AI limiters from over there will be run over to here, and then the other one will also be, the other input is stators. So this line will carry stators over here. So let's just grab this and see how far it reaches. Not that far, okay. Let's just stick a conveyor pole here. The other thing I could do is run from there. I think I'll do that. Oops. That's okay. Can't quite reach there, that's okay. Let's see. How cute do I want to get with this? Because that's the line where the actual input will be coming in from. I've decided I don't need to get too cute with that. Oh, look at that shadow. That is the sun moving across the launch tower. That's pretty neat. And now I should be able to get a conveyor pole in line here, like there. Yeah. Okay, then that goes there, and then this is the AI limiter line. This is a little gratuitous, but I'm going to actually run another splitter. Actually, how do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll run another splitter. That's fine. And this will just be in line here and go like this. How does that look? That looks fine. There. Okay, so that's the inputs for the control rods connected. Now we just need quick wire and circuit boards fed into there. So all that stuff is manufactured upstairs. So I can just go get them. The other thing I have to get is power connections to this slice. So maybe I'll do that now. Okay, so if we do this. Oh. This is sort of an issue. What I'm going to do here is drop a power pole there and then bring one in closer. Like here. Now we can bring it out wider. These are power poles in pretty random locations, but that's all fine. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one here. I'm not gonna connect up power to the actual assemblers just yet. Okay. Okay, so I believe these assemblers are making circuit boards. Is that correct? Yes. So the circuit board line is this one. Okay, so I can take down this lookout tower. And circuit boards will go that away. Okay, let's just start. So for example, if I just put a conveyor pole there, Yeah, that can just be connected up there. I'll do that last. Come on. There's a power line in the way, but okay. That's fine. So then, let's see, I'm guessing that from here I can't actually reach all the way over to any of these places. No, I can't. No, 25 curses. Okay. So, I'm gonna need a conveyor pole, like, here. It's not terribly aesthetic, but I don't care. Now, do I want to go to this one, or do I want to just go over to that one? I think this is fine. I may regret that decision later, but that's okay. Actually, now that I'm doing this, I think I might as well bring quick wire around too. Because this splitter is for quick wire, so I can just do this. Well, I'm not going to do it immediately, but... And actually, because quick wire is already on the base level, I think I'm going to keep it on the base level, which means I'm going to actually remove this and have the circuit boards be up one level. Like that. Which means this one will go like that. So we want a conveyor pole there and there. Okay, so, oops. And then that is where the AI limiters will be built, so I think I can just do this. And then we can build a, let's see how far this can reach. So around there. And then ultimately we want the inputs of these things around here. Like towards the middle of this foundation. So let's see how far we can reach that over. Okay, so about here. That should be able to reach, I think. Oops. Well, we can actually do it like this. Yeah, no problem. And then this will just go in like this. Which is to say like that. Yeah. Okay. So now we'll just hook up the inputs, and then I'll just hook up power, and that will be that. So starting with stators. Oops. Uh-oh. That was not intended. Let's see. Let's actually go over to like 6 o'clock position. I think that, or no, we have stairs right here. Okay. So quick wire will go like that. And then stators. No, circuit boards. That's what this is. Derp. Okay. Circuit boards get connected up like that. Okay. Right. There they go. Then we have to connect up the stator line, which is right over here. Which will look very slow. Right. Because even at full capacity, it doesn't produce that many per minute, but that's okay. I don't think I need that many. So now we should be able to just hook up power, and that will start the production of all that stuff, and then we will be able to start looking at things that actually require uranium ore. Okay, so this should be carrying circuit boards. There they are. With those high detail circuit boards. Alright, so the power line will be connected up like this. First we have the pole right there, and then let's see. This is always a little bit of a challenge. There we go. Okay, now we're making AI limiters. And our quick wire production is probably not going to keep pace, but that's okay. And let's just spot check that it looks like everything is working, more or less. And outputs are going. Yep. Okay. Yep, now we have AI limiters lined up here. I just don't have power yet, so let's take care of that. All right. And now we are making electromagnetic control rods. How's our power grid doing? Yeah, we're doing okay. Let's just check the output here. Yep, I've made one of them. There is another one. Okay. Yeah, this is all fine. Okay, so the next thing that will happen is I'm gonna start building uranium outputs over here. Let's just go over here. All right. So to review what's happening here, we'll have uranium ore coming down here. It isn't coming down right now, but it will shortly. And then we have concrete and encased industrial beams. So if we look at the chain here, nuclear fuel rod requires, which is the actual fuel in nuclear reactors, requires uranium cell and encased industrial beam and electromagnetic control rods. So electromagnetic control rods are being made over there. And actually, maybe what I should do is hook up the output over here. Let's do that while we are playing around with this. I think what I'm going to do is just... Can I jetpack up that high? It's going to be close. Yep. Cool. Great. Okay. Actually, if I just put a conveyor pole here, can I... Conveyor belt is too steep. Okay. What if I put it over here? Oh, out of aluminum. Okay. I can solve that problem. Alright, that's enough aluminum to last a while. Okay, we can take this ramp back upstairs and then head back over to where the control rods are being produced. That was slightly silly. Okay, so if I have a... Oops. That, nope. There, okay. Yes, okay. That's fine, I'm gonna leave that like that. So now that is the output for control rods, and if I line it up like this. There we go. Okay, fantastic. You can just jump this distance. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so electromagnetic control rods will come down here. And then in this space is where we will make all the various components for nuclear fuel rods. Although it's going to be pretty simple because it's just going to be one production line making uranium cells and then one production line making nuclear fuel rods. So can I make an assembler? I am missing some parts. Okay. What I want to do is look and see what the consumption rate is for various things. I can still make like assemblers, right? Might as well pick up more modular frames in any case. Okay, so let's go pick up some parts. So let's just actually queue up like 6 or 8 some of those. Okay, so we're gonna need some computers and cables and motors and things. Okay. Okay, so I have some number of computers here. That's probably enough. Let's just pick up more modular frames. That's plenty of heavy modular frames. So we need mostly cables and motors. Oh wait, we have motors right here. Okay. In that case, mostly cables. And I might as well do a computer run. So if I put away these computers and head over to the storage location from it's been a long time since I did this. So over here, there's a few storage containers that have computers in them, as well as, well, other things, but mostly computers. Is there anything else in here that I think I might need? I think I'm making most of this stuff by now. I'll pick up a stack of heavy modular frames, just... let's see here, yep. Okay, now we head back to the factory. So I'm carrying more stuff than I actually need, so I'll put some of it away. Like, I don't need all these stacks of computers. And yeah, heavy modular frames, I don't need that much. So let's go with that and then go pick up some more cables and then go over to the uranium area. Yeah. Okay, so if we throw down a manufacturer, and say it's going to be making nuclear fuel rod. So it uses, wow, 0.4 per minute. I mean, I guess the theory is that you don't need very many of them, but in any case. So they do use, relatively speaking, 10 uranium cells per minute. And how quickly does an assembler make uranium cells? Makes 10 per minute. Okay. Well, I think we have a Mark II miner mining uranium, so... And I can't remember if the uranium source is normal or whatever, but if we assume that it's normal, then 120 divided by 45 is like 3-ish. So I can have 3 assemblers making uranium cells, which would make 30 per minute, which means I can have 3 manufacturers making nuclear fuel rods. Okay. Alright, well this is all pretty wide, so I think what I'm going to do is... Actually, I think that might be a little bit too cute. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to have enough space here, but I think this is probably good. Okay. Let's make 3 assemblers. No, 3 assemblers. Here. These will all be making uranium cells. How does that look? That's fine. Boing, bouncing around here. Stop that. Okay, and yeah, all of these belts can be Mark 1 because none of them are even close to 60, so. All right. Okay, and then the output will be here. And again, these can be Mark 1 leading to the merger, and then I'll use Mark 3 between mergers. Okay, so then we're going to want some space, and then, well, actually what we can do here is, well, we can do some testing. So we're going to want a manufacturer, like, around here-ish. This will be making nuclear fuel rod. And the way we want to have this is we're going to have a stack. So this is 3 inputs. So we're going to have a stack of splitters. I already think that's too far over. Maybe it's fine, actually. Yeah, okay. So if we have a stack of splitters, like here. I'm gonna run out of iron very quickly here. Sure. No problem. And then, I can be very crude about this and just have this connect up like that. Yeah, it can't stop me. Okay. That's gross looking though. I'm going to... That's also kind of gross looking. Alright, I'm going to use a normal conveyor pole instead. Oh, whatever. Okay. Alright, so then we're going to want a couple of stacked conveyor poles here for the other two things. So like this will go in like this and that. Alright, and this will be... Oh yeah, I didn't actually hook up the inputs for this. This just needs to be like concrete here. Yeah, that'll work fine. And then, will this work? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So now that goes there. And then this goes here. So I think I'm going to try to have 3 manufacturers, which means I might need to, expand out this platform a little bit. Because if I put another manufacturer here, I have room for that, but I don't have room for a third, so it's time for some concrete activities. So probably once I run out of concrete, I'll go pick up more concrete and more just like iron plates. Now I'll probably also pick up the parts for the actual nuclear reactor. There we go. Can I actually walk? Yeah, okay, I can walk like this. This is fine. Okay, I'm gonna go get some more parts now. Okay, so I made a little box over here that has the parts for the nuclear reactor, so I just have to pick those up. And then we just need more concrete. Oh, I don't know that we need more concrete, but I don't have very much, so it seems like I should have more. All right, that's not a whole lot more, but I don't think I'm gonna need a lot more than that. And then iron plates for making conveyor belts with. Why do we have an iron rod? Yeah, I probably have enough. All right. There we go. Pretty soon will be time to actually go connect up the, or fire up the uranium miner. Won't that be exciting? In fact, one thing I can do now is connect up this conveyor belt there, because that's where the uranium ore will be fed in. Okay. It's a little bit awkward. Okay, so okay, and then we hook this up. It's very optimistic to use Mark V conveyor belts for this, but that's fine. And now there should be, I guess all the electromagnetic control rods are over there. That's fine. They will eventually get over to the other places. And what's next? Okay, so I have to go hook up the outputs for the nuclear fuel rods. Which can go like this. This is a little bit close, but that's okay. And then this will be the area where we actually have the nuclear reactor. And I think what I'm going to do is put up an observation tower just so that I can pick a good location for this reactor. Also let's see how big the reactor is. The reactor is pretty big, but not amazingly so. Let's see. So I think I want So the important thing about a nuclear power plant is that it takes in nuclear fuel rods and outputs nuclear or radioactive waste. And so handling the radioactive waste will be um, something I'll have to explore, but I think what I'm going to do is, in the expectation that I will eventually have multiple nuclear power plants, I'm going to point it this way. Uh-huh. Okay, and I'm going to go and build some more concrete foundations here. So there's a platform up there, and we can, and then like a viewing area. Well, that'll be fun. Like the dirty plexiglass look there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we have input and output, and okay, so we're gonna have a splitter feeding into the input. This is kind of annoying how there's no good angle here. Well, actually, one way I can do this, I'm just gonna put a random splitter here that I can stand on. Okay, so now, yeah, splitter leading in. Wow, you can't line it up. That's amazing. Why is that not allowed? That's pretty poor design, I must say. Okay, well, then in any case, put a splitter there. I have no idea how fast it uses nuclear fuel rods. I assume it cannot be that fast, so. And then we'll have a merger taking the output and feeding it this way. And then the other question is, I'm assuming that you can just put industrial or radioactive waste into boxes. Oops, I'm out of steel pipes. How annoying. And encased industrial beams. Well, I can get more encased industrial beams. That's not a problem. But I guess I'm going to have to go on a mission to go pick up more bits here. So let's go do that. And I also need more concrete again. I think I can actually put away some of the parts that I'm carrying to make room for more concrete. So if we head over here, for example, I don't need all these spare computers and the other stuff. Yeah, now we've got more room for various things. Let's see here. That's probably enough. Through that list. Yeah, this is fine. Oh wait, I didn't actually pick up more concrete. I think that's probably fine. I can use up the concrete that I have. Oh, there's another ladder over there. Let's explore the nuclear reactor a little bit more. So if you want to look into a cooling tower, oh, they put a grid on top of the cooling tower so you can stand up here and presumably get toasted by steam or and possibly radioactive steam. How fun. Okay. Or you can like jump off. Let's see, is this a safe fall? Nope. Okay. Anyway. What I'm actually here to do is the question is whether you can stack industrial storage. Oh, you can. Okay. So I can do dumb garbage like this. Oh darn, I can't do that. Can I do this? No. Wait. Did I do that wrong? There. Okay. Nope. I'm trying to feed the input from one stacked industrial storage container into the other one. What if I use a conveyor pole? Nope, conveyor pole is too steep. Okay, oh well. I won't worry about that for now. I mean, the other obvious thing to do is just like to... I guess the other question is whether this is where I want it to be. I'm going to move this down a little bit. Okay, so let's say we have a conveyor pole like here. And then industrial storage like there. And then we can just do this. There. So now you have 3 connected industrial storage units that will hold presumably a large quantity of radioactive waste. This looks ridiculous. Let's make it less ridiculous. There. That's somewhat less ridiculous. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so the other thing we have to do is hook up nuclear fuel rod input here. So around here. Yeah. Let's see, will this reach? Yes, it will. Oh, good, exactly. Now we'll go like that, okay. So the final steps here are to hook up power to this area and then go turn on the uranium miner. So let's do those things. So I brought a power line over here, so we have power. And I think we can just, like, drop a power pole there for the uranium cells, and then drop a power pole here for nuclear fuel rods. Drop a power pole here for the power plant. Okay, so this is now on the grid. And let's see. I now realize that the way I have arranged these things makes it somewhat difficult to access. But I think I can manage. Okay, now these all have they have power but not instructions, so let's fix that. All right. Now they're just waiting on uranium cells. Excellent. And then these. Actually, let's stand over here. Okay. So now I believe all I need now is to turn on the uranium mining. So we had to go on a small adventure over to the uranium mining area. Okay, do I need to bring anything special? I have my hazmat suit, I have plenty of iodine infused filters. So I think I'm ready to go. I guess the main question is how I want to get there. I think I'll take the the causeway. That will involve less climbing, which I've already lost where the causeway is. Oh, it's over there. Okay. Alright. A lot of bouncing around here, but that's okay. Oh, Mastodon now has a real keyboard. Alright, so... how long has this been going? About an hour and a half. Well... once the nuclear reactor's online, I'm not sure exactly what I'll do next. I have about another hour and a half of time that I can be streaming, but I don't need to actually stream that whole time. Okay, let's dismount here, put on a parachute, and... oh, I actually want to be... well, this is all fine. There'll be a bit of walking here, and that was sort of taken as given. Hopefully I won't run into too many nasties on my way over there. Is that a coal deposit? I think that's a coal deposit. In any case. Yeah, this is approximately the way I want to go. So I can mostly follow the river. I'm going to be over here. Okay, so the plan is to follow the river west and then southwest, and that should take me roughly to where I want to be. There's a lot of invisible wall feeling things around here. This is very unusual. Let's go ahead and blow up these cracked boulders. So I need to do it again. It's presumably up, yep. Okay, anyway. Now we're heading this way. Alright, well there's the power line and the conveyor line, which will eventually carry the uranium. Oh hey look, more mushrooms. I don't need to go over there. Let's see here. Let's just follow the power line. Let's see, I think probably I want to jetpack up there. Then I'll probably need to also put on a hazmat suit once I get there. Right, because... yep. There's the uranium mine. Actually, let's see here. That's fine. We can just turn it on and climb out of here. And then once the uranium starts going, I'll ride the conveyor belt back. There it goes. Okay. Oh, right. And as we demonstrated earlier, uranium ore just sitting around is radioactive, so... although, I am faster than the... oh, wait. Now that's the poison zone. Let's Off stream, I also demonstrated that the hazmat suit does not protect you from poison gas, which you think it might, because one of the components of the radiation filter is a normal filter, but apparently it loses that functionality. Oh well. So I'm going to just run this one. So I think if I basically like aim for the pink bamboo forest but don't get too close to the conveyor belt, that will essentially work. Okay, so here's the bauxite mine. I think here I can probably ride this conveyor belt. Or not. Okay. So the outstanding question is whether I make it back to the factory before the uranium gets there or not. It's not super important, whatever I do, but it is kind of an interesting question. So right now the uranium's ahead of me, but sure, just equip all of the wrong things. That's okay. Right, and then this throws me off, and then I can walk over here. I think once I get over here, it should be a relatively straight shot. Nope. Okay. All right, let's get over to the aluminum area. Okay, so now we put on our shoes to run fast. At this rate, I'm guessing the uranium will get to the uranium processing area before me. The only advantage I have is that it has to go in a less direct route. Let's see, I think it still will be faster to climb this ladder here. The other possibility is that I might have somehow flubbed up the production line. In which case, I'll have to correct that stuff. Oh, nope, the uranium is going in there. Okay. So now we have to put on our hazmat suit to monitor production here. Okay, so this thing... I got here right as this thing was filling up with uranium, so... Alright, so shortly this thing will start actually making stuff. Yep, there it goes. Oh, wow. It says 10 per... Oh, it takes 1 full minute and then makes 10. It doesn't make 1 every 6 seconds. Well, whatever. This is why I made a whole bunch of filters, so I can just stand around in the uranium processing area and not really worry about filter scarcity. So what's going to happen is that 10 uranium cells will shoot out of here and then go over to the fuel rod production area. There they go. Zip. This thing requires 25 of those. Which means we have to wait a little while. Maybe I should just build a watchtower. I think this is probably a more reasonable way to look at this stuff. Right, okay. Oh, now the other two have made their fuel cells or uranium cells. So now we've made 40 across those, which means we're pretty close to having 25 in the first manufacturer. Right. Oh. Yeah, okay. The only thing I didn't look to see is how much uranium I'm actually mining per minute. But the Mark V conveyor belt carries 720 items per minute, and it looks like it's at about 1/5 capacity or thereabouts, so I think we are making about 120 per minute. Okay, so now this manufacturer is making nuclear fuel rod, which will probably take some time. Yes. So it takes like 2.5 minutes to make one. So the outstanding question is like how much energy you get out of one nuclear fuel rod. Which, of course, is the kind of information I could look up on the wiki, but we're here. So, and I'm broadly interpreting it as being like one nuclear fuel rod equals 1 unit of nuclear waste. But I don't know. I probably won't hang around long enough to learn like how many nuclear waste makes one stack. So I don't know how long the storage unit will actually take to fill up, but I'm guessing it would take a long time. I'm not going to hang around for that to happen, certainly. Oh, hey, all three manufacturers are actually making nuclear fuel rods now. That's good. It's the sort of thing you get very impatient about. Then once it's actually going, you can just sort of walk away and never look at it again, at least in theory. I guess if I wanted something else to do this morning, I could build more than one nuclear reactor. We'll see whether I feel about, or if I feel like doing that, because the recipe for building this nuclear power plant takes 5 supercomputers and then 15 high-speed connectors. There goes the nuclear fuel. Look at it go. Is there a... Hello? Insert fuel. Did I not... Oh, okay. Oh, so it's burning it. Okay. Right, and so my capacity has jumped up from 3,000 or 3 gigawatts to 5.5 gigawatts. Isn't that exciting? Okay. Oh, right. Now I have to go look at the animation for the nuclear reactor running. It looks like I probably missed most of it. But, so that's supposed to be the glowing bit, and there is the fuel rod, which kind of... Oh, and now we are producing excess, so now we have the 2 other manufacturers have dumped their fuel rods in here too. If I was boring, I could hang around long enough for this one fuel rod to be totally consumed so that we could watch the waste be produced. I don't know if I want to hang around that long. And then, like, the animation sort of shows bubbles coming off of there. Oh, and also there's, like, steam. Let's go climb up and stand in the steam vent. This is not advised in real life. Let's see if I take, like, heat damage or something. I kind of doubt that I will, given that this is allowed. I don't think they would let you do this. And you can stand on top of smelters and other stuff, so there's, like, steam particle effects coming off of this thing sometimes. Well, anyway, let's get off of here. Okay. And we have not produced any nuclear waste. Well, it would show up here. Oh, we have. It's right there. Nuclear waste is the byproduct of nuclear power plants. You gotta find a way to handle all of this. Extremely radioactive. Although I'm apparently allowed to stand here. Like, if I put my hazmat suit back on, then pick it up, then now I'm super radioactive. Well, it's nice to know that industrial storage containers contain nuclear waste perfectly. Oh, hey, oh, I thought I saw an animation for the fuel rods. I think it was just the bubbles. Yep, just bubbles. All right. So right now there's detectable levels of radiation. I wonder if that's just from... I don't think it's just from the uranium. I think it's probably from the uranium cells inside the manufacturers. Oh, it's because there's, like, yeah, uranium cells moving around right here. Presumably once they finish moving, then the radiation will drop down. Although they may not. Maybe it'll just be continuous. Nope. Maybe yeah, I think an assembler that's handling uranium is just radioactive. That's reasonable. Okay, so it says it burns at maximum usage. It will burn one nuclear fuel rod in 6 minutes. But right now it's not at full capacity, so it's doing it more slowly than that. So I don't think we're in any danger of running out of space for nuclear waste anytime soon, so... I think just for giggles I will build a second nuclear reactor. And then that'll probably be enough stream for me. Let's see here. Oh, Master Zaz a question. Given that you have a rocket pad, can you just launch the nuclear waste into space? That would probably be a good solution. I don't think that's actually implemented. But that would be pretty funny. Yeah, we do have a space elevator, and like the hub nominally has a pod that goes into space, I guess. So you'd think maybe you should be able to. Okay, so if we're going to build another nuclear reactor, let's just queue it up. Yeah, there is a lot of debate about what to do with nuclear waste on Earth. I think that currently, of course, we also don't have a space elevator in real life. The current debate about how to handle nuclear waste, certainly I don't think it's cost effective to launch it into space, although eventually it might be. Whenever you're launching any radioactive stuff, there's always some controversy about the risk of the launch failing, and then you just like dumped nuclear waste into the ocean or wherever the failed rocket lands. That is kind of a problem. So I think if it's ever cheap enough to launch nuclear waste into space, you'll still have to resolve that issue. Alright, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm putting away this power slug and stuff. There we go. Okay. So I need to make some supercomputers. I also need some high-speed connectors. So supercomputer, I think I need to get some AI limiters. So I need like 10 AI limiters. And we also need additional high-speed connectors. So to make 5 supercomputers requires 15, so we need a total of 30 high-speed connectors. And then like plastic and computers and stuff, but I have that stuff sitting around. So a high-speed connector requires quick wire and plastic and cables. Okay. So step 1 will be to go pick up some AI limiters. Whoops. Oh, that's fine. That's not where the AI limiters are stored. Yeah, they are. I don't need that many of them, so I can put away most of this stuff. There we go. One question is whether I actually have enough quick wire. And certainly, if I was going to expand this factory out very much, I would have to increase quick wire production, but I'm not going to sweat that. I think I have some plastic just sitting around over here. Okay, a tiny amount. Okay, I'll go pick up more plastic. Fortunately, that's trivial. Alright, I think one thing I'm going to do is put away some of that stuff, and oh, I barely have any quick wire. Okay. That's fine. No space in inventory. Good point. Let's put away these cables. Okay, I'll only make 20 high-speed connectors, so I'm probably going to run out of something. This is a, I'm not sure if this is the best way to finish the stream by sitting here manually crafting stuff, but that's fine. Am I just gonna run out of cables? If I just run out of cables, then that's easy. Go pick up the cables. And go pick up more cables. And then I will run out of quick wire. How entertaining. Okay, I'm guessing I don't have any more over here. No. Okay, so we get to go pick up more quick wire. Yes. I think this is where Caterium production is handled. Yes. Okay. I probably should have, I'm just going to trash these steel pipes. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's make some room in my inventory. Let's see, what don't I need right now? I can put away like one of those stacks of aluminum. So now, to make a supercomputer, I just need computers. Okay. I've got plenty of those. Certainly, if I wanted to stick around and play more Satisfactory, I could automate the production of like supercomputers and heavy modular frames and stuff like that. But that can wait for next time. Next time being possibly quite distant in the future. Well, like months probably. I'm kind of hoping that once the next features are released, then it will actually make building nuclear reactors useful, because as it currently stands, the power grid doesn't even need these nuclear reactors. Well, I walked right over here and didn't even put on my radiation suit. Oh well, I guess that wasn't a problem. I think a good place to stand to place another nuclear reactor is on top of the existing nuclear reactor. Master I think is quoting song lyrics at me, which is certainly a fine endeavor, although I do not recognize the song in question. Okay. That way. Okay. Yes. Good. Oh, okay. Quoting the Jungle Book. Yes, please put your hazmat suit back on. Alright, so... Wait a minute. This doesn't look right. Because it isn't. Okay. Here, is this where I want things to be? Nope, that's not correct. I need to be over one more. There. And then a merger pointing the other direction. Yes. Oh, somehow this one's in line? I don't know what the rules are. Okay. I think it's fine if every nuclear power plant has its own dedicated power pole. That seems justified. There. So now we just have to wait for... What was radioactive right there? I stand here and it's a tiny bit radioactive? From what? I guess maybe it is just proximity to the power plant. Now we can stand up here and wait for a fuel rod to get fed into the power plant. We may be waiting a little while. Alternatively, I could just pull the fuel rods out. Just to say, do this. And now I'm very radioactive because I'm just carrying fuel rods around. There we go. Okay, now we're at 8 gigawatts of power generation, which I think is probably enough. Oh, right. We have to watch, see if we can see more of the animation of the fuel rod being loaded. That didn't look like much. Oh well. In any case, so now we're up to 13 radioactive waste being produced. Oh, now this box is radioactive? It wasn't... You know what, maybe the radioactivity of the box is dependent on how much radioactive waste is in it. That would be entertaining. That means that when this box is full of, like, totally full of radioactive waste, it'll be, like, super, really screaming hot. One time I took a tour of the Hanford site in eastern Washington where they made, I think, plutonium for nuclear weapons. Um, oh, good. I can verify that nuclear fuel actually goes into the reactor. Anyway, and which the Hanford site is decommissioned now, mostly. It hasn't made like nuclear fuel for anything for like 30 or 40 years at least. And now mostly what they do there is try to clean up all the horrible stuff that they made during the Cold War. But anyway, on the tour, one of the things that they said is that the three levels of radioactivity that they would describe things as is cold, which meaning not radioactive, hot, and really screaming hot. So there's nothing in between cold and hot, but there is really screaming hot. And so, like, I would say that on that scale, carrying around nuclear fuel rods is really screaming hot. Like, this counts as hot, and then if I just like pick up the nuclear waste, then this is really screaming hot. Anyway, so that's your radiation anecdote of the day. Alright, I think probably the best way to end the stream is to go climb the launch tower and look around and that'll be a good way to. Does radiation harm wildlife? I mean, animals can get cancer just as easily as humans do. I mean, the main difference between radiation effects on wildlife and on people is that, like, out in the wild, things die for no reason anyway, whereas we try to avoid having people die for avoidable reasons. In places like the Chernobyl area, like in very radioactive areas, like you'll see a bunch of dead pine trees because they just are too. Oh, radiation harms wildlife in game. I don't think so. This game doesn't seem to have a pollution model like Factorio does. Like in Factorio, we saw that just pollution from any source would kill trees. And sometime I'll probably do a Factorio playthrough where I actually have the aliens turned on. That's not what my next streaming project will be, but that's on the docket for some time. I don't think in Satisfactory, I don't think radiation affects anything except players. Because, for example, like, the uranium deposits are definitely radioactive, and the wildlife around them didn't seem to be affected, so I don't know. Anyway, so here's the westerly view of the factory. Let's just head over here. Yep. Oh, good. That's nice steam plumes coming off of the nuclear reactors. And there's aluminum processing. Down below there, I think, is iron processing. And that's deuterium processing. And there's the AI limiters and electromagnetic control rods. I guess the other place I should go is the place with the wildest conveyor belt setups. So let's head over there. Which of course is pedal 10 here. Oops. Wow. I did not cushion that fall very well. Right, so we can go down here Certainly if you want to see a lot of conveyor belts. Yes, this is good. This is what Satisfactory is all about. And then you can head over here. And actually I should probably be upstairs for this, but yes. There's more conveyor belt action. Then if we go upstairs is where things are really wild. Right. Yes. You have this pile of 6 splitters here, or mergers. Those mergers are splitters. Those are splitters. And then we have this operation. Yeah, this is good. This is a good place to end Satisfactory. Is looking at all this nonsense. Yep. Yeah, this is the essence of Satisfactory here. But I am overall very satisfied with my 12-sided dodecagonal factory setup. I look forward to the next features that they have for Satisfactory. But starting tomorrow, I'll be embarking on a different string project. So I think that's going to be all for me. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.